So new all-time highs in gold. I mean, we saw that recently. We've been doing that ever since 2000. But today was really some meaningful stuff. A close at high of day up 2%. We're at 2,470 bucks. For me, the target was 2,450, but we've cleared it by 20 bucks. Huge engulfing candle, start a low of day, close a high of day. It's just the ideal candle. Basically, for me, we're going towards 3,000. We won't get there in a straight line. There's no point, you could do like Fibonacci extension and forget it. Big round numbers, right? Next stop, 2,500. There'll be a little pit stop there. 2,600, 700, 800, 900, 3,000 be the big one. Obviously, does something change in between? Does it DXY and do yields start to take over? I haven't even looked at the dollar or the yields for the last, I mean, I have, but I don't even cover them here because they're not really relevant. They're not really having much impact. Even the markets, I've seen the miners go down with no, I've seen the miners go in the opposite direction yesterday at the markets, just a little bit. And then when the markets are up, we're up. When the markets are up, the miners are up too. So overall, we don't even care about the markets. It's beautiful. We're in our own little bubble and the bubble's going up. So gold, ideal day, close a high of day. Enough said. Silver is lagging. It had a good day, right? Up also 2%, absolutely the same as gold. You'd expect silver to be up like 4 or 5%, but I think it's just central banks buying again. I don't know which ones, did China stop? Apparently they did. Did someone take over? Did one of their friends take over? Is it institutions starting to pile in? Is it the big family offices? Is it retail? Big retail, not us, but we're always in the background with a little plankton fish eating nonstop. Death by 1,000 cuts, that's us. But it doesn't really matter. Gold is making new highs. Ideal chart. Silver is just 1 or 2 days behind. I think for silver, we got to close above 3,150. If there's any sort of continuation tomorrow, like gold going towards 2,500. 2,500 is for me, a big number. It's the middle of 1,000, 500. And I think if we get there, you'll get silver just above 3,150. And that, for me, looking at this, the highs, the fact that we never close above it, close above 3,150, that should say, okay, next stop, 3,250. Okay, 32 maybe, and then 3,250. And that's probably all it takes. And then silver will take over and start doing its thing. It's like pass the baton. So, yes, it's nice to see silver outperform gold, but it's okay. They're both up 2%, no problem. I think it's the central banks doing gold more today, and then silver will take over. So what really determines a bull market traditionally in the metals, I think, is silver leading, the silver miners leading, the juniors leading the seniors, the usual stuff, like the more aggressive elements leading the way. But it's okay if that's not the case for 1 or 2 days, and I think it will be soon. But let's go straight to the miners. Let's go to SILJ first, right? The miners have already made new highs, just like gold. They're kind of following gold more than silver if you just compare the charts. And imagine when silver starts to make new highs, once it takes out 3,250, or if silver starts to lead gold like significantly, up 3% when gold's up 0.5%. The miners, especially the silver miners, but it doesn't matter, they're just gonna go crazy. So I still think we haven't seen anything yet. So since I'm at Silj, new highs, we cleared that 13. It was looking good for a while. This consolidation before the move up, this is a clear, again, close at high of day. It's nice because we ventured lower too. We had this little low of day, which never even took out. Look at that. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, bang. GDXJ, almost identical, right? Just close at high of day. Up even more post. Well, don't think not. It's just amazing. GDX, same thing, just screams up. Right, let's look at the next stops, right? Because I'm trimming. Today I trimmed a tiny bit. Yesterday I trimmed more. I wasn't sure, consolidation. But it doesn't matter how much I trim, the value of my miners just stays the same. I'm at 90K, right? For me, 50 is okay, 60 is pretty heavy, 70 is very heavy. And when I was at 80, I was like, whoa. and I've only been at 80 once or twice. Now I find myself at 90 for several days in a row. No matter how much I trim, take a couple thousand out, I'm still at 90. Um, like today up another 4 5K, just that's how much I sold. I'm still at 90. And my plan was to get down to 75 because that was my old school heavy value. And I just can't seem to sell because enough to get it down below 90 because it's just the value is too much and the profit of every day. But anyway, next target, and I think I will start to trim. I'm just going to continue to trim because imagine I make 400 in Pan American silver. I'll take 300 out. It's still worth 100 more than yesterday. So it's like no matter how much I make, I'll just sell that much or maybe a little bit less. And I feel a little invincible because it's just free money. Um, it's not, I don't always do that, but when I'm in doubt, I'm like, okay, just take out what you made. So, but here at these levels, maybe I'll take out more and time to actually trim it below. So imagine I start the day with 90,000 and I make 3,000. Well, I'm going to take out five. I end the day with 88. But the point is for me, I need to bring this down, even though it looks so bullish, which is what I'm saying, right? The point of this video is these videos recently is just it looks so good, but still it's just risk management. I need more on the sidelines just in case, or yeah, it's just the way I operate. Anyway, next stop, GDXJ 40, obviously. It looks like we're going to go higher, close a higher day. Gold's just cleared it. Silver needs to catch up, etc., etc. Big round number, no resistance nearby. 40, then probably 42. I don't see 41 at all. 40 is a big round number. We stopped off here. Here we had a couple of candles. Let's try and see them in a bit more. This one here, nothing really, but it's just 40, because I haven't sold enough. So I'm looking for an excuse. 40, 42 on GDXJ. SILJ, God, you have to go back. It's hard to, for me, I got a nice big screen, high resolution. But for some of you guys, if you're on your phones or something, I feel sorry for you because we're doing so well. We have to go back so far and it's hard to fit it all on the screen unless I do weekly. But weekly isn't as good as daily when it comes to timing this. So for SILJ, I've got 15. That's quite a way away, isn't it? How much? 12%. That's asking a lot. Maybe 14.5. We stopped off there. There's nothing really here. Otherwise, big round numbers, 14. So what, 14, 14.5, 15? That's too easy. 5%, 5% is quite a lot. Maybe I would look at silver. And you know what? It would make sense, wouldn't it? If silver starts to make new highs, starts to catch up with gold, 32.50, and starts to break out to match gold, what gold's done today, that's quite a move. And that could take SILJ up 10 more percent, which would take us to 15 pretty much. So maybe 15 is possible. Finally, GDX. Notice how I don't even cover the support. It's a bit, well, anyway, I'm just getting very excited. GDX, yeah, so 40. Wait, wasn't that GDXJ? GDXJ was 50 and 52. GDX, everything's starting to look the same. GDX is 40, 42. Okay, yeah, it is kind of the same. Well, you get the point. A little bit higher, and then this other extra level. Let's look at the individual miners. I want to run through this quite quickly. Beautiful day. Look at these numbers. Just delicious. Jesus Christ, Harmony's up 16%. Well done. That's amazing. I always liked that stock, but I owned it like years ago. Okay, Newmont, still climbing after hours. Next up, 50, big round number. Lots of big numbers here. Big round number, nothing in the way. Definitely could do it. It's been strong for ages. It's had good news in its sales for a long time. 3.5% is easily doable tomorrow if we continue up. So for me, next target is 50. I'll be trimming a little bit there, even though I know it can go higher and it should, and it probably will. Barrick Gold. Now look at this. We've closed. Oh, this is beautiful. I trimmed the 18.99. Kept going. Bam. We've taken out the horizontal, the massively important descending. Look where that's come from a long time ago. That's beautiful. Next stop, very important, 20, big round number. It's also the next horizontal level after this massively important descending. So that if we close above 20, yes, we could stop off here. There's still 20.77 or whatever it is, but it doesn't matter. A close above 20 for me is a signal to head on up. like here all the way up, 26. And of course, we won't do that in one go, but that is already what happened today is seriously important. And Barrick needs to catch the hell up. There are a lot of big stocks, Agnico, Wheaton, um, lots making new highs or testing their old highs. And Barrick Gold is a big boy and it should be way beyond 30. And we're at 20. So a 50% is just way, way insufficient. And we've only just started at this point. So Barrick looks really set. It was up almost 5%. I think it's one of my heaviest. Well, it's definitely one of my heaviest. I think it was my heaviest. I'm not sure. It always changes their worth. So similar, but Barrick, amazing. 20, then this little 20.7, but otherwise all the way up. So descending breakout was beautiful today. Agnico thing just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. So took out this little 74 zone. Next stop for me was 76.5. You can see why. And today, where were we? We closed just under it. You can see it popped its head above and closed on it. Basically, I don't know exactly what the cent is, but it doesn't matter. We closed on it. Of course, if gold keeps going, this will keep going. Next stop, 84.5. I think I just set a sell today, and I felt like it was so far away, but at 84 point, I think it was 83.99, just to be sure. That's the next time I sell Agnico because I know it's just going to go up. Pan America. Now, this one had a decent day, 4%, but it's already been here. But anyway, we ventured higher than before. We closed higher than before. I also think we closed above the resistance. Maybe I'm off by 1 millimeter. It could mean that we're just at resistance. Either way, it's a beautiful day nonetheless. Next stop is the next level, 26. Then after that, 30. Trust me, silver starts to move up. Silver starts to break out. SIL J or just SIL, the medium. I didn't follow SIL. I like it's the same thing. All the way up to 30. Pan America at 30. If we break out to new highs in silver, that's pretty aggressive prediction. That's a 20%. Maybe that's not going to happen, but 1 or 2 days after that breakout, it'll be there. So Pan America will get to 30. Now SSRM, usually when I'm following the general market, if something big's happened in miners, SSRM will be doing its own thing. It'll probably be red. Today it followed. I mean, I've said it before, right? If there's a big day, SSRM will be green. And the day before we broke out of this descending, and I think it's starting to really work here. Close at hive day like the others, but even more than the others, like really close at hive day. Next stop, $6. I've got a little sell. I think it's at 89. I don't think it's at 99. 589. Just a little trim because this has not been the best hold compared to the others. But this thing could start to really squeeze, like really squeeze. Landslide, horrible, consolidates, breaks out the descending, then all the sector goes up, it goes up, but then it starts to fade, even when the others are still going up. And it's just starting to find its own chart pattern. It does its own thing. And now it's like double bottom, higher low, right? Now it's starting to move up with the sector. The sector's just screamed up. It's got a lot of catching up to do. The negative news is over. And I feel like if you're going to have a squeeze in SSRM, we've had a long time to think about everything. And I think we're done thinking about SSRM's specific problems. I think it's time to think about squeezing some shorts in the face. And I think that's what might happen here. A nice pop, close above 6. And if everything else is standard green, you don't have to have crazy days. SSRM is going to start marching up. Because this thing, I don't care about the landslide, it's worth double where it is now, even with that Turkey operation forever halted. That's just from what I remember reading, and I don't read that much into specific miners. But I think this thing's going to squeeze seriously. So I've got my eye on SSRM. I'm trimming it 599, but I think the next day we're squeezing anyway. Watch out with SSRM. It looks beautiful. Wheaton, exactly where I thought it would go, right? Remember this ascending resistance? I trimmed at 61.99. It obviously went past that. It's still going after hours. This is like gold. I don't know where this is going anymore. There's, just we've taken out the rooftop and you could do extension trading, but I'm just holding. I trimmed a little bit, like I don't know how many shares, 10 shares or something, small stuff, 5, 10%. And now I'm just holding. I don't know. Weekend is just supposed to be worth a certain amount, and it still is after the trim. It's just amazing though, look at that. And this is like a big senior royalty. It's not like some tiny stock. Up 4.5%, perfect day, right on the resistance. That's the resistance, I think. But honestly, if gold keeps going, it's not gonna, I don't see it really leveling off here just because I drew a line. But normally that I feel like that should be a resistance. Anyway, wonderful day. Next one, Franco Navarro. It's just such a nice day. Finally, right? For me, that was a level 130. We touched it, kind of touched it, psychological number, bam, closed way above it, high up day like the others. Next stop, I don't know, 140. And to be honest, this thing should really be making new highs. So I don't think 140 is asking much. So I'm just not going to sell before 140. And when I say sell, of course, I mean a small trim, like a little 10% max, because again, I think long term we go here. I want to retire on this move. Metalla, this thing just really needs to break. I mean, it had a nice day, right? 4% is okay. I still agree with this. I feel like once we get hit, like mid 30s, 335, 4, I don't know what it is. You can see why I've got that. Look how far away this descending emerged from long term. And you can see this horizontal line. This is a huge breakout. We've got a few of them. We've got like B2 Gold, like Barrett Gold. They've all got long-term descending breakouts imminent. That's actually they've done it. Metallis next. So it could be 340. So I think I got a trim at 339, 338. 338, I got a trim. I'm sure it'll click tomorrow. Then we'll probably go up here, test 350. We might have a little sideways day, and then $4. And then you can start getting excited. That's when everyone else starts to pile in. Because 4 is, I mean, we should be at 6, right? Or maybe even higher. So there's still an easy 100% in this. And I think we are very close to a squeeze here on this converging breakout. So beautiful stuff. First Majestic. This one here, I said it's been crap. Obviously, I bought down here, so it's not the worst. What I bought back, right? I was trimming up here, buy back here. It's not got the best chart. It's like lower lows, lower highs. However, I did say if silver starts to move, I don't care what dilution, what your chart's like, it's gonna move. And today we had a bit of that, up almost 6%. Didn't have the best candle yesterday compared to other charts. And today, beautiful stuff. Took out that mini resistance, the old high of the last sort of couple of trading days. Closed the high of day. Next up for me is this little zone here, give or take 5 cents, basically $7. If silver starts to catch up with gold, we don't care about $7. We're going to go straight up and test this descending. That's what I think. The descending. And even if we do test this, yeah, maybe sideways and then test it, we need silver to go up for this for sure, because First Majestic needs all the help it can get. But again, a silver squeeze, First Majestic will react. So beautiful day. After that, we got Fortuna. That was also nice. Again, another weak one that's had bad news and flushed. Now we're closing above the horizontals of 540. We never really did that before, so that's nice. Next stop is to close the window. I've got to trim it. I don't know what it is, 579 or 584 probably. I don't know, there's so much to follow. But you know what I mean? Just before the window is closed, I'm trimming. And then if it keeps going, I'll be trimming up here, 619 probably, or probably 619, I don't know. But the next level, wherever that is, again, silver starts to squeeze, this thing goes up. We don't care what bad news you had before that. Next time, next stock, Jesus, too excited, too tired. CDE back at 680. Would have been good if it made a new high. Yesterday's candle wasn't great, but it's okay, It's only up 3.5%, but yeah, if it was up 1.5% more, it would have been like the others. I don't know if it's tired. I think it just took a little break for 1 or 2 days. And if silver starts to squeeze just like the others, bam, up we go. And I think shorts will get scared. I'm sure some people start to short, I think $7 will be like a little 15-minute pit stop if we're having a strong day. Ultimately, I'm looking at 750, and it's going to be worth so much in my portfolio if it gets to 750 already now. You know, it's ridiculous. This stock just keeps going. But I welcome it. 7, then 750. That's, you can see why. We just need silver to keep going. Then I trim it, and I'm gonna just calm down because it's worth crazy amount. It scares me. I've been trimming a little bit, but nowhere near enough. Heckler, what a beast. This was a good buy. You know, this is a good buy. I forgot where it was. I think it was 503. I don't think I got the 480. I've forgotten where I bought both. Either way, down here, and look where it is, just like 2 weeks later. High of day, took out, in my opinion, resistance. Let's remove this. Yeah, it did. Look at that, closed above these two. But I had resistance. Yeah, resistance really was 624 or something. But go on, let's just give it benefit of the doubt. 630. We're at post market 631 in after hours. Next stop, $7. Big round number, last high. Yeah, it could do it. For sure, it could do it. Silver goes up. It doesn't care. Up you go. It should be all the way up 950 with silver making new highs. And when I say new highs, I mean 32.50. I'm not talking $50. $50. This thing needs to be way higher than 13. And we're only at 6. So I don't see any problem with this continuing. Perfect, beautiful. It's quite an ask though, isn't it? How much do you? 10%, just like SILJ. Yeah, if we get to 32.50, Heckler is at least at 7. I didn't trim this. Normally, I would sell this. I would sell 10%, 15%, 5%, something, just what I made. But remember, I only bought 1 out of 2 positions. I was looking for, I didn't want it to happen, but just in case, I had very little sidelines. But I was like, okay, if we keep going down, I'll at least complete my position in Heckler. Never happened. So I don't want to sell it. I'm selling others in case, if silver drops 4% tomorrow, which is possible, of course, they'll all get crushed. And that's why I'm selling others. At least I make up for not selling Heckler by selling others, although I haven't sold anywhere near enough. So Heckler I'm keeping, and honestly at 7, I still don't think I'll sell just because it wouldn't be worth as much as, it's got to be worth at least 4K to start trimming. All the others are worth at least 4K. This one's worth like 2.7 or something. So, but it doesn't really matter what it's worth. I should sell if it's going to go down. But for now, I'm holding. I'm happy. Next one, EXK. Have I missed any? No. It's just a weird looking chart now. Just vertical move up, a little sideways, vertical move up. Okay, this one's a bit more standard. Just vertical. You have these massive candles. And look at this. It gets absurd here. This 16% day was incredible. I really thought we'd relax, but no rest for the wicked. Up we go again, new high. We touched and went above $5. We closed just below. I trimmed it. I had a good till cancel sell at $4.99, a little trim. I didn't think we'd get that. It's like an old sell that I thought we'd get during this period. Like if there's any continuation, maybe 5 and then sell. I left it in and it clicked today. Fair enough. There are no sells now until next stop 569, 570. So this level here is next. I mean, I've trimmed constantly on the way up, and it still ends up being worth more than at any point, So right now it's worth like 4.7K, I think. And it's, down here was worth like 1 point something. I've forgotten, but it was worth like a 2. And as it rises, it's just I keep selling, it just keeps growing in value. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So next up, I got 570 Mag Silver. I've liked Mag Silver recently after this crappy lower lows. It was one of the worst stocks, along with EXK, actually. And it's starting to look EXK-ish. Well, not really. But it's, it had good news, actually. And the chart's good, and it's got a lot of catching up to do. And it's a big silver stock. And it's just 1 or 2 days behind some of them, but it's close to doing the catch-up move, I feel. Next up, and I do have a sell at 14.29 because I haven't sold any of this move and I bought back this bounce. I forgot where, but trading's been good on Max Silver. 14.29. After that, the next horizontals, boom, boom. You can see where they are. But it's good, and today up 5%. Doesn't stand out, but it's amongst the elite. Next one, no, I want to follow my usual Harris Mining, not well known, but for me, very well respected. It's been great for ages. Anyway, new highs. Next up, 479. It's taken out this little high, just like the others. Great. Once we take out 479, it gets very interesting. This stock can move. I think what it has. I think it can do a lot more. I think 660 is a big move. I'll be trimming at 479. I'll make sure it's still worth at least 4K there. And then huge move. Before you think that's ridiculous to be looking at a move like that, look at the chart. This chart is ridiculous. We'll never get back to anywhere near its highs because of the dilution and all that. But this kind of chart does mean a 40% move is possible quite quickly. So this is not a lottery ticket, but an exciting one to watch. But like SSRM, it's a bit special because of its own chart. But otherwise, it's up today like all the others, and it's making new highs like all the others. So I can count on its chart doing what GDXJ, and all the others do. So very happy with that one. I am gold, another week one. I mean, I loved it. I'm in from $3 average, 295 and 305. Beautiful stuff all the way up here. It's also in a gap. It's a bit like First Majestic and Fortuna. They've got this little gap down, bad news. So these are the ones I'm trimming. I already trimmed this one here at 419. I'm looking for a gap fill 443. And again, if we're somehow able to clear that 459, I'll probably just sell. And if it makes new highs, brilliant. I'll start looking at the next level, which in this case is 530 something. But when you have a gap down, I expect more resistance. So it's normal for me to just trim a little bit more. I'm up like 30% on this one in not too long. But yeah, and this one didn't close a high of day, so that already shows you this gap is going to be tough to close. But otherwise, nice day up. 3% is good. B2 Gold. B2 Gold did it. Obviously, the bias was to the upside. I thought it would squeeze. When you've got everything squeezes, it's normal that it squeezes too. But this one is a bit special, I think. We cleared the descending. The next up was the horizontal. We'd already done that. And I said next up is 340, and I thought we could do it quickly. So far, so good. Up 3.5%. It's okay. It's not better than the others, but close at absolute high of day. If we have any continuation, and even if we don't have continuation, I feel like this will make a bit of a move to 340. I feel like there's a bit of a magnet move here. And at 340, it gets extremely interesting. This descending is far more important than this shorter one. And I think we're gonna take it out too. So B2 Gold is starting its run, and it's a big company, and I feel like it deserves to be way higher despite its Mali operation being, in my opinion, doomed. I just feel like it's priced in as if it's totally doomed and worth more than it otherwise is to the entire B2 Gold market cap or whatever, however you want to say it. I just feel like it's just over the top. So up it goes, looks beautiful. 340 next target. Equinox, nice. Obviously, we took out 590 a while ago, back tested it. Today, closed a high of day, cleared the last resistance like all the others. I was expecting a bigger move. I thought Equinox could do like 5 or 6% on a day like today, but that's okay. That's what tomorrow's for. 5 or 6% till the next 650 target. I think my sales are 649, nothing original, probably 648 to really be sure. After that, 750. I'm gonna have to start revisiting these lines again. Let's get here. I think we could do it this week, tomorrow, maybe. Looks good though. Equinox looks good. SBSW. I almost want to stop covering this. It doesn't belong along with all the other gold and silver miners because the chart is weird, and it's not even a gold and silver mine. It's like a multi-metal miner, rhodium, palladium, and all that. I don't even know what they did today. But a nice day. Next stop should be 580, but that's quite far away, and it depends on other metal prices. But Look at it. It's got weird candles in the end. We tested the low fours, and I feel like in the end, we're going to test the high fives. Right. I'm not going to do all of them. Maybe Harmony, though. Look at that. I don't know. That's got to be news. Next stop, no idea. Maybe 13, it's 13.5 or something. Anyway, long video, sorry, but that is beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but my portfolio is worth so much. And it's beautiful. New highs, absolute new highs by a lot today. And I just want to protect it because I hate giving stuff back, but I don't think we're going to give much back tomorrow because gold made new highs. And I feel like silver needs to catch up. And if silver catches up, could even have a better day tomorrow. The markets were up crazy today, though, so that helped. And that's about it. So someone tried to shoot at the RNC that I hear. I'm gonna look at a bit of Twitter, even though it's 1 in the morning. Guys, have a wonderful evening. It's very fun. Let me know how it's going for you guys. Are you also having an absolute ball? Because I love this stuff. Anyway, enjoy the evening.